morning. I think this morning I pulled 2 cards, and I think we'll just do them back to back today instead of dividing it up. So the first one pulled is from the Angel Oracle, and it says, I am beautiful. So we'll start with that one. The second one pulled is go after your goals. So he's suited up, isn't he? So we'll see how these blend together today. So we'll start with I am beautiful and see what we get. More of a very soft energy with that versus the other one. So how these are going to fit together, I don't know, but we will look and see. First card out is goodness. Goodness. Okay, let me pull the other 2. Goodness. Okay, I think we're going to pull them out of these. I am beautiful. Goodness. So, yeah, beauty comes from within. Okay, more important to be beautiful within than without. Physical. Patience. I am beautiful. Goodness. Patience. Okay. Let me pull the other cards and we'll just see so I can put it all together. Okay, so we have I am beautiful, goodness, and patience. Okay, sometimes it takes a while for you to discover those seeds of beauty. It takes patience. You know, you may start out in life having some other ideologies. Maybe, you know, when a child you're told you're not pretty, or you're told, you know, something that's not beneficial, not something that's supportive. And so you have this false belief system. Even though, you know, you may be a very good person at heart, you have a very low self-esteem. And so sometimes it takes quite a bit of time in your journey to find out really there is a beauty there and accepting of that beauty. Okay, so the challenge is being guarded. Okay, again, if you come from a background and you haven't had a support system there, you can feel very guarded with things. So the challenge is to find the freedom, okay? To know that you're always free. And so what is it you are guarding? Okay, what is it you are guarding, that you're guarded about, that you're fearful about? Okay, those are the things to look at, because we have freedom, free will. We come in with free will, but so many times we choose. And I don't mean that in a, that you have a viable other system, okay? Nobody wants to choose pain and sorrow, but they do, through the actions and through these other things, not knowing. And it's through ignorance they don't know that you can choose another way, but you've got to challenge things, okay? You have to have patience, look deeper, and challenge things, and cut the knots of these fallacies that drive one, that make one feel guarded, okay? So they limit those freedoms that are actually, that we come in with, okay? So going forward, we have the sun. Again, we have to look at the truth of things, and sometimes you got to go through the mud to get to the truth in the sun, okay? And once you have the sun, once you have that light, once you have that wisdom, that knowing that really internally you are good, you come from good, and you've had that patience to walk that journey, and that light finally, turns on, then you can let go of the guardedness and you can actually enjoy that freedom, which is our birthright. Our birthright is to be in freedom. But unfortunately, so many times people are caught in these illusions that they accept as fact, and they don't know how to get out of it. But it takes, again, walking the journey, having patience, seeing, and if you're doing things that are not coming from good, that are not coming from, you have every ability to change that. As painful as it may be, it can be done. You can change it and walk forward. So we come to the second part. Go after your goals. Persist, encourage, and advance. Okay, so let's pull our other cards and see what we have with that. Now, there's a way to go after your goals. You can do it in a beneficial way, or you can do it in a dark way. Okay. You see ones like he who shall not be named, which has gone after his goals, but they're being done through a shadow modality. Okay. So you don't want to go through a shadow modality to get your goals. Okay. You may feel like you're going to benefit, in the realm of duality, okay? But it's never, you give up the goodness if you do that. You give up that primary, and you overshadow that light of the divine is with the shadow, with ego, okay? Then you are running on ego. And we all know the story of Satan, how he felt, because it was out of ego, egotistical. He was the head of the heavenly choir, okay? And he's like, I don't want to sing praises to God. I want the glory. I'm the one that's doing it. I want the glory. And he fell, and he took, 1/3 of the angels in heaven with him? 1/3? Well, there's 2/3 of good ones, okay? 1/3 of the negative, 2/3 of the positive, okay? So what directions do you want to go? Are you after name, fame, glory, monetary, whatever it is, and you're willing to sell your soul out? Or are you willing to be patient, okay, like we had in the first reading, being patient and seeing that it's beauty there, okay? And again, we've got to go forward. We choose our path. We choose our path, and we can change it at any time. So going after your goals, being persistent, encouraging, advancing, okay? So if you're drifting, you have to see, again, if you're centered, okay? You're going to drift if you're not centered and if you are not putting out the energy to move forward, okay? To move forward. Okay. So what we have, the challenge is spiritual guidance. And being creative out of that, out of the spiritual guidance. So rather than just drifting along, if you want to go after your goal, you have to do it in a spiritual way, a beneficial way, not a dark night way, okay? Not a way of ego, not a way of, shadows, that you'll climb over anybody and it doesn't matter, and if they get in your way, you're going to take them down. You know, you want to leave that go, because there's no spiritual energy in that. That's ego. That's the way of the dark. That's the realm of Satan that fell out of ego. Okay? That fell out of ego. So going forward, we have the night and we have blooming. So what's blooming? Are you seeing the night and going down the path of darkness? Or are you looking through the night at those things maybe that are difficult to look at, challenging, shadow things in your own life that you have to find the fallacy of it to cut that knot? So you can find the beauty, you can find that, you know. And I know sometimes it seems that if you are, and people want to justify going out and fighting, okay, and doing things in a shadow way, and they convince themselves that it's okay because I can get ahead much quicker that way. If I'm backbiting, if I am, you know, putting out whatever false stuff, you know, in a negative way, that I can get ahead quicker. But really, you're not getting ahead. You may get some things in the material world, but you're not here in the material world for long. Okay, you spend much more time in the etheric realms than you do here in this material thing. So are you willing to sell your soul for, you know, to get ahead monetary-wise or whatever it is, name, fame, glory? Or are you willing to have the patience to find the beauty in the divine is and to do things in a productive way, to aid others, to want to see everyone to benefit rather than the world revolves around me and what I want, and forget everybody else? You know, they either ride on my train or you know, I'll walk over the top of them. Okay, so which way is it? Which way is it? All I can say, it's best to follow the path of light, okay? And not the dark light. You know, there are those that have exchanged the true light for the darkness, and they call that light, okay? Such as, like I said, the evangelicals, which I call the evil angel brigade, that have put he who shall not be named on a platform, that he is the savior, you know, of children, and, you know, which is 100% a fallacy of these conspiracy theories that come from darkness and fear and all of that type of thing, okay? So again, if you are going down that road, extricate yourself from it. And, you know, yes, it takes a longer time if you're doing it in the way of light, okay? There are no shortcuts that are really beneficial in the end. There are no shortcuts, okay? So be willing to challenge, to look at the night, look at the dark, challenge it, go through it, and find out the light. Find the true light, okay? So I'm going to leave this here, much love and light, and see you online.